Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Intelligence Sports Podcast Show. I am fresh off seeing the Saints on day 7 at training camp. Your boy was in the building today taking a lot of videos, and I got some highlights of the offense today. The offense was on one today. It was a pretty good day for the offense. I must say that. The defense had some highlights too, but the offense for the majority of the day, they had a really good practice. But before we get into any of that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time checking me out, I bring you all things Saints. This is pretty much just me giving my opinion. I tell it like a TI is, raw and uncut. I don't give you no filter. So, with that being said, let's jump off into what the Saints did today at training camp. Like I said, it's day 7. It's starting to become the dog days of training camp. When I tell you, I got there at 9:10 this morning. It was hot already. And when I tell you hot, man, the sun was leaning on me. I started sweating on my ankles. It was so hot out there, man, and I can only imagine what they running and gunning and tackling and, because they got pads on now. Man, come, bro. I see why Tyron say, man, y'all crazy. I'm retired. I'm going to the house. I see why, man. It is too goddamn hot out there. So please, whatever you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because your boy was out there melting today, getting this footage. And when I say I was getting the footage, I was getting the footage. I got some good highlights. WDSU got highlights from far away. I got them right up close. You understand what I'm saying? I got them right up close. I'm telling you, I got some stuff for you. But so let's break off into the specifics of today. Jake Haener was QB1 today. Jake worked with the first team the entire outside morning practice. Jake Haener was QB1. Spencer Rattler was QB2. Tyler Shough was QB3. And Decker, our fourth quarterback, number 18, the lefty, got no reps. He was just out there. No reps. I'm going to say it one more time. Decker, left-hand quarterback, no reps. Jake Haener, as much as he was QB1, I don't have a lot of highlights from Jake. And I don't know what to really say about that, because it's not like Jake wasn't necessarily performing well. It's just that he didn't have any plays that jumped out at me. Spencer Rattler, on the other hand, I got a couple Spencer deep throws, interception too, but hey man, it happens. Tyler, I don't really have too many highlights of Tyler. Tyler worked exclusively with the third team today, and honestly, he didn't really get many reps. He didn't really, but he did. When he did get reps, it was with the third team. The reps today came from Spencer and Jake. And like I say, Jake was exclusively with the first team, but he had one good play that we're going to talk about, and that I'm going to show you, to Chris Olave. But other than that, Spencer looked really, really good today besides his interception. But so Juwan Johnson left practice today with a injury. He practiced today. I got a couple videos of him running routes, and then he just, went to the locker room. Jonathan Ridgeway, he didn't finish practice today, and there was one other guy that didn't finish practice, but Kellen Moore said in his press conference that he had right after practice that none of the injuries that the players left with was anything serious. They're nothing serious. So, because I got to tell you, Juwan Johnson is the number one tight end number one with a bullet. I don't see anybody else even trying to, I ain't going to say they not trying to compete with him, but they not competing with Juwan Johnson. And maybe that's why the Saints want to bring in more competition. That's probably why they knocking on Noah Fat's door. Why they trying to get him in there, because Juwan doesn't have any real competition. The other tight ends in there are just blockers. They're going to make the team, because Juwan's strength isn't necessarily really blocking. He can do it, but that's not really what his forte is. His forte is, he can catch the ball. He runs good routes. He used to be a former wide receiver at Oregon, so that's what he does. He played with Tyler Shough. That's how old Tyler is. But anyway, yeah, Juwan doesn't need to get injured. If Juwan is saying that his toe is sprained, yeah, don't practice. You got an ingrown nail on your hand. Don't practice. Your tummy hurt. Don't practice. The last thing we need is Juwan Johnson to get injured. Jonathan Ridgeway, I mean, honestly, we got a lot of depth on the defensive line. I mean, I'm sure he helps, but I ain't trying to be mean or nothing, but I'm just saying. So, other than that, man, the rookies in camp, yeah. Quincy Riley, Danny, the #1 stunner, yeah. They future bright, so bright they gotta wear shades. So let's get off into some of these highlights. We got some 1v1s right now with Spencer, and this is Spencer going to Bub Means. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We got Spencer going to I think Rashid Shaheed right here. Rashid is battling. The 27 battling too, but Rashid wins this battle. This is just a 1v1 that we analyzing. So we got another play with Spencer. Spencer is going to hit, I don't know who this is, this receiver, but this is a nice throw and catch. He gets the feet inbound. I just don't know who that is. This right here is going to be Spencer to Dixon, 84. Look how beautiful that is. Down at the 2-yard line, you see the, who is this, Price, 38. He's going to get coached up by the DB coach, so, he out there. Nah, but this right here, this is just the Saints. He's going to miss on this to Bub Means, but this is Quentin Riley, rookie out of Louisville. Just some friendly banter right here, just talking to Bub Means, letting him know, I'm right here. You ain't gonna catch it anyway. You wasn't gonna catch that, And this right here is another. This is the interception. This is the interception by Riley. Riley gets the best of Spencer on this one. It just is what it is. But Spencer did bounce back. This is a nice, beautiful ball to Mason Tipton. Look at beautiful. This is beautiful. Touchdown. Touchdown. Riley got beat on that one, but these rookies are just battling, and I can't even front on that. They celebrating. Wide receiver group celebrating on them. Don't stun on them too hard. Don't do that to them. Don't do it. That's your team. Don't do it. Don't do them like that. Don't do them like that. We today, like I said, with these highlights that Spencer put on today, Spencer was just working with the second team. That's the second team, huh? That the 1v1 with Shaheed and whatnot, he good at that is what it is. But that was the second team with Bub Means and Mason Tipton. All those guys are interchangeable. Spencer wasn't working with Chris Olave. Jake was, though. We're gonna get off into some of his highlights, but I ain't got many now. This like I said. Tyler, I got one from Tyler with this right here. I got this one from Tyler with a nice RPO. He gone. Tyler run a 4.6. He's 6'5", run a 4.6. So I can see some of this, Jalen Hurts, type action with him. I can see it. I can absolutely see that. So, but here's a nice throw from Tyler to Rashid Shaheed. Now, we don't want to see Rashid have to go up and get the ball like that, Tyler. Put the ball in the bread basket, please. You got the man. We had enough medicine balls thrown last year with Derek Carr. You hate to see Rashid got to go up there and get it like that and get, hit on by his teammate like that. But it is what it is. You got to get some kind of game reps. But this right here is going to be Jake. This is Jake Haener, his highlight of today. And he's going to get the ball. He's going to go deep to Chris Olave. It's a nice, beautiful ball. You see it come out, and boom, touchdown. Hey, offensive coaches with their hands up. That's just something that you like to see during camp. The Saints are out here competing. Now, look at here. Look at here. Let me give you my about to give it to you real. Look, man, I'm on record saying the Saints ain't going to win no more than 5 games. I'm on record saying that. I'm still sticking with that. I just want the Saints to be competitive. This year is going to be, we're not going to be too good this year. The defense is going to be the strength of the team. It was supposed to be that way last year. But Dennis Allen, dumbass, just couldn't get out of his own way. He just couldn't get out of his own way. And I just really believe the defense is going to be the strength of the team. I mean, they better be. They spent all types of money over there. Now, I get it. Cam Jordan, 80 years old. DeMario Davis, 75 years old. I understand that. But Danny, the #1 stunner, we got some youth in there. Chase Young, please earn your contract. I don't want no almost sacks. I need sacks, double digits. I need that. Because Trey Hendrickson out there fighting for the type of money that you just got. I need double-digit sacks from Chase Young. Period. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. I need double-digit sacks. I need Alontae Taylor and Kool-Aid McKinstry to lock down them cornerbacks. Y'all got rid of Lattimore, the best Saints cornerback ever in history. I need Kool-Aid and Alontae Taylor to do their thing. Quinn Riley, keep improving. You're making plays, you're giving up plays. It's all good, you know what I'm saying? I seen you talking to the safety when Mason Tipton got behind y'all. Was that me or you or what? I see it. Talk it up. This is where you make your mistakes at. You make your mistakes in practice. That's what practice is for. Practice? Yes, that's what practice is for. That's what it's for. So today, overall, what I seen, I'm pleased. I liked it. It's only day 7. It's only up from here. It's only the 3rd day in pads. Yesterday was a walkthrough. Saints kind of took a day off, went bowling, you know what I'm saying? Team activity, morale, boost people, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be out there beating on each other for 3-4 weeks in training camp and not have no fun time. You know the saying, all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. So the Saints need to mix in some of that good downtime in there. Keep it real productive at work, real friendly. We don't want to see these teammates getting at each other, choking each other out and whatnot and fighting. Say that for the Chargers when y'all go out there and get y'all practice time in with them. Go upside their head. Don't do it to your teammate or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like I say, good day at practice. Spencer Rattler looks like he coming along well. I still say Tyler's probably going to end up being your starter, but Spencer is looking good. He is. Now you got to understand this, and then I'm gonna get out your face. You got to understand that. I'm talking about me personally. Me, Goon. Me, the QB. Me, Spencer Rattler, Tyler Shough, and Jake Haener all have won the same amount of NFL football games. 0. So this competition is as even as it's going to be, because nobody really got any experience over anybody. Yeah, Spencer played some games, 6, I believe, last year. Didn't win any, but he played. That's about it. So like I said, this QB race is up for grabs. I still think it's going to be Tyler, but that's just because of the way they got this contract structured and whatnot. But he did work with the third team today, and Spencer worked with the second. Jake worked with the first. They just switching it up to see who's gonna do what. They shaking the tree. Whatever falls out, falls out. Whatever stays, stays. And they just throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks. But this has been another episode of the Goontelligence Sports Podcast Show. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to share it with me today, and I appreciate you for that. Until next time, peace.